Palm oil is a booming business. It's found in half the packaged goods on supermarket shelves. But the cost all too often is the destruction of pristine habitat in the rainforests of Indonesia and Malaysia. The dilemma for Australian business is ensuring a sustainable supply chain. Labelling of palm oil is only voluntary and much of the industry is dragging its heels.
Palm oil is a burning issue. Illegal clearing in the forests of Sumatra is decimating the critical habitat of the orangutan.
That's the type of operator that we want out of the palm oil business. Those types of operators would never meet the standards.
The World Wildlife Fund says it's all about putting pressure on the system and sending a signal that this type of practice is not acceptable. Australia last year imported around 130,000 tonnes of palm oil, making us the 37th largest consumer worldwide.
Here in Australia, we've been working with the companies that are the primary ones responsible for importing palm oil. That includes some of the retailers, Woolies, Coles, Metcash, IGA, and then some of the manufacturers like Goodman Fielder, Arnott's, Snack Brands and Peerless Holdings. And those, between them, those would cover the majority of palm oil that's imported into Australia.
The challenge for Australian industry is to move towards a more sustainable source of this so-called wonder oil. Palm oil is big business. Indonesia alone exports around $6 billion worth of palm oil each year, and volumes doubled between 2006 and 2009. And the second largest IPO this year after Facebook came from Malaysian producer Felder Global Ventures. Currently, only around 12% of palm oil comes from sustainable sources. Total output each year is around 50 million tonnes, and 85% of that comes from Indonesia and Malaysia. Australian law doesn't require labelling of palm oil for consumers.
In this particular case, it's highly unlikely that any market signals that came up through labelling would add to that effort in any meaningful way, but it would impose substantial costs on industry.
Woolworths has, however, been a leader in voluntary labelling of palm oil on its own products.
Yes, we are in favour of giving our customers all the information they want and they need, and we have moved to labelling.
The retailer has committed to selling only sustainable products by 2015. The World Wildlife Fund helped set up the Roundtable for Sustainable Palm Oil in 2004, and all of the biggest palm oil users in Australia have signed up. The aim is 100% sustainability for businesses using palm oil, but the ethical investment industry is sceptical.
I would stress that we have a watching view on it. We don't think it's quite there yet. It may well be in a few years' time, but I think we are a fair way off.
I am absolutely hopeful. I think together with that sort of collective voice, we can be a powerful force for change.
While environmentalists say Australian business is starting to take the right steps, customers like India, consuming more than $2 billion worth a year, remain a huge environmental threat. For the 7,000 orangutans left, it's a life or death question, whether industry can make the critical switch to sustainability.